All right, friends, we're going to react to another video by JasonBlaha. Today, it's T-Man, and we're going to react to the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness, gym slave himself, gear slave, JasonBlaha. Blaha says, why I support whole foods. Why I support synthetic whole foods, but not natural raw milk. Okay.
All right, why do I support whole foods, but I don't support?
So why does he support synthetic foods, but he doesn't support natural food? Maybe because he wants you to be sick. He doesn't want you to be healthy.
Raw milk, and I think that's a great question, and it's a question worth asking, and it's one that I want
It
to
is a great question. Please tell us, Blaha.
give detailed answers to.
Why you want us to consume synthetic foods but not natural food? Please do tell us.
The answer is because, quite simply, I'm not telling people to eat completely unprocessed foods. Okay, I don't do the appeal.
You're not telling people to not eat completely what? Non-synthetic foods or synthetic foods? What are you talking about?
To nature. When I talk about minimally processed, I mean minimally processed or only going through beneficial processes.
Processed means unnatural. Duh. Hello.
Okay, heat and certain filtrations and things can absolutely be beneficial to certain foods.
How can it be beneficial to certain natural foods by changing its natural state? Please do tell us. So we could change ourselves, our natural states, so we could change ourselves, like domesticate ourselves. Is that it, Blaha? Is that what you want?
Should most of our food be in a largely minimally processed state? Yes, absolutely. But cooking is a process. And people say, but
Cooking is not a process. Cooking is something you're doing. It's unnatural. You're destroying your food by cooking it.
doesn't change the molecules. Yes, it does. Cooking foods absolutely changes them at a molecular level.
There you go. Blaha even admitted it. It changes it on a molecular level if you cook your food. Why? Because you're destroying it and you're changing it. Yeah.
Right?
It's now not in its natural state anymore. Hello.
Just as much as chemical processes do. Okay, it absolutely can. And in many cases, it enhances the quality of food, sterilizes them, can actually improve.
Enjoy big savings.
And in many cases, it enhances the quality of food, sterilizes them, can actually improve.
It enhances the quality of food? How could destroying food enhance it? And then he says it sterilizes it. If you sterilize something, it's dead. It's dead. You've taken away the good bacterias and stuff. What are you talking about?
Nutrient bioavailability, all sorts of stuff. Okay?
Nutrient bioavailability? It's available in natural food. It's most bioavailable in its natural state. You understand me? It's no longer bioavailable much anymore if you've changed it, if you've done something to it unnaturally.
So we need to be clear on that. In pasteurization, pretty similar really to just boiling your milk. Okay, but
Pasteurization was introduced because people were dirty back then. They didn't practice cleanliness, man. You understand me? They were dirty in 1860. This ain't 1860, bro. This is 2024. That we're pretty clean. Yeah. We're very sanitary. Let's put it this way. We're very sanitary, okay? We're into sanitation now. Trust me, we're into sanitation big time. Even those bathhouses, they closed them down a long time ago. And even if you were to go to a bathhouse, even if there's one open somewhere, I don't know, it's sanitized. Sanitized. All these places are sanitized. Your water is sanitized. Everything is sanitized. That was a big issue in the past, water. People were scared to drink water because it was dirty. They'd get sick. So the husbands would come home drunk because they would go to the saloon and drink beer. They gave out stipends in World War I for beer. People drank beer. They didn't want to drink water because they got sick. Yeah. So sanitation was a big problem, but it's not a problem anymore.
It's understood that this is beneficial. Kills bacteria. Before people say, well, it's not that common, only a handful of people die every year from raw milk. And
What? Nobody's dying from raw milk. What are you talking about?
U.S. Well, yeah, because 99.99% of people don't drink it.
It's illegal. Raw milk is illegal in North America, in USA and Canada. What are you talking about? Who's dying from it? The only state I know that's it's legal in, I think it's California. It's legal in the state of California. What are you talking about? They're dying. Nobody's dying. They sell it in pet stores. Your pets would be dead too. Oh, brother, man, it's based on sanitation. That's all. The handling. It's when they say food poisoning, they mean there's poison in your food. The food itself is not poison. It's been poisoned with something. There's poison in it. I got food poisoning because you ate poison. Get it? Not the food is not poison. Christ.
Not even close to 1% of the population is drinking raw milk, and very few children drink it.
Because it's illegal. It's illegal. We don't have access to it. Hello? Christ.
The child death rate was extremely high from raw milk when Pastor.
No. No. He's lying. But people got sick because, again, just like drinking water. Water wasn't sanitized. So they drank beer. People, they still are drinking alcohol. It's all because it's become, it's become tradition. Alcohol is everywhere. People are drinking it still, but your water is sanitized. See what I mean? So, milk, it's sanitized. It's sanitized, bro. They don't have to pasteurize it. They're doing it for a reason because they don't want you to be healthy. They do not promote health. Your government does not promote health, bro.
Pasteurization was invented and came out. So we need to be clear on that. It is a life-saving.
Your pain and suffering and sickness is a business. That's how this environment survives. It survives off of you. It leeches off of your health. This whole thing, this whole environment you live in, this artificial synthetic environment.
Ideas. Recently, Louis Pasteur won Nobel Prizes and stuff for that. Like, it's a big deal, guys. It's really a big deal.
Louis Pasteur, he won all these prizes for destroying people's health. Yes, okay. For eating healthy, destroying your whatever your thing for eating healthy. But who cares? This is just stupid.
So, and people want to pretend it's not. I've made statements on this. I've had even someone say, like on Facebook, yep, I made the mistake drinking the raw milk and ended up in the emergency room. Okay, it absolutely happens.
That's bullshit. I ate raw milk. I ended up in the emergency room. This is the scare tactic. He's trying to scare you. Oh, if I eat raw meat, I might end up in the fucking ambulance, fucking in the ER. Oh, I drank raw milk, I end up in the ER. If you eat plants, you're gonna end up in the ER. Want to know why? Because they're fucking toxic. Everybody is going to end up in the doctor's office or the dentist eventually. You want to know why? Because that food is fucking toxic and poisonous. That's why you're going to end up in your doctor's office. All of you are going to end up in the dental office, the doctor's office, in the pharmacy, getting drugs, going to the health food store, buying these health food things because you don't know what's wrong with you because you can't stop eating toxic, poisonous plants.
It's a real problem. And the problem is that the health benefits have never really been found. So people talk.
The health benefits have never been found eating raw, natural food? What are you talking about?
About certain things, like they'll say, well, lactose intolerance, but there's no actual evidence. This has been studied. As far as the enzyme.
Lactose intolerance is because you're eating fucking carbohydrates. You're eating weird plant foods, mixing it. That's what's causing the problem. If you were just to just drink milk and eat meat and your natural dad is a carnivore, these things they don't happen. I know that for a fact because I had that problem. I thought I was lactose intolerant because I used to eat cereals and stuff. Yeah, But I've been experimenting. I've been drinking milk, eating meat, raw meat, been even drinking meat, whatever, eating meat, eating fucking raw fish, bunch of stuff, bro. And I don't have any problems with my stomach. There's no bloating, there's no inflammation, there's fucking nothing going on there. I feel it's my stomach is completely flat. And my cells are not inflamed in my body either. That's another thing. You get your cells get inflamed too, eating these unnatural fucking plant foods.
Pathways go. If you're lactose intolerant, you're going to be just as lactose intolerant.
There's no such thing as lactose intolerance. It's intolerant. It's a made up word because you're suffering from eating plants with milk. You're combining the two together.
Raw milk. So if you're having a problem with pasteurized milk and raw milk is okay, there's something different going on. And it can be nocebo, it can be placebo, things like that. Same thing with allergies. Like people, well, I've heard of these people who cured their milk allergy. No, it can't. There's no pathway by which you can do that. All right? Let me be clear on that.
What's that Pottinger guy's name? The guy with the cats. He did the study with the cats. He fed the cats raw meat. He's fed the cats their natural diet, raw meat and whatever, and raw milk. And then he gave like pasteurized milk and fucking cooked barbecued cooked meat to the other cats, and they ended up over time becoming dysfunctional. That's what happens to us. We become dysfunctional as we age. That's what I noticed. When I started these cooked foods and everything, I ate them. I became dysfunctional, especially these plants. You become dysfunctional and you're like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I move? Why can't I move like when I was young? What's going on here? Your movements are limited. You're dysfunctional. You can't get up fast, sit down. You can't do a bunch of stuff because you're fucked up. So that's what happened with the cats. And then their lifespan was cut short and they died. And then over time, they couldn't even procreate anymore. So think about it. Why are men suffering from their sperm count is down, the penises are small, their testicles are small, and the sperm count is going down. It's going down. Why is that? Because too much processed stuff, too much cooking, you're destroying everything. And you're eating these things and they're affecting you. Get it? Yeah, man. So it's gonna get worse over time. It'll just get worse and worse over time. And there's a bunch of other things that are going on there. I'm not gonna get into it now. Rotting teeth and whatever.
You don't have an allergy if that's what happened, because that's not how allergies work.
Allergies, you don't get allergy. Look. You won't have any allergies if you eat your natural diet as a carnivore. If you eat raw meat, raw milk, raw fish, whatever, your natural diet, you're not going to get any allergies. It tells you that. That's what prevents the allergies, the raw milk, because it's natural. Yeah, you get allergies because you're eating artificial food, synthetic food. Yeah. And you're allergic to peanuts and all these weird foods because they're not your natural diet. Get it? But whatever. Look, how these fake synthetic diets affect people are all different. They affect them all in different ways. That's why that's why you'll hear people like this Ezekiel guy say we're all messed up in society. We're a fallen society, messed up society. We're fallen. Why? Because we're all suffering in different ways. Not everybody suffers in the same way. That's why one guy says to me, "How come I got cancer? How come he didn't get cancer?" Or some people think they smoke cigarettes and they go, "Well, I'm never going to get cancer. Somebody else is." Yeah, you don't know. Maybe you might get it. Maybe you're not. Who knows?
We also need to be clear on that. That's not how allergies work. And in fact, even some of the researchers have pointed out studies that have been used to kind of show that that's not really what they suggested. They've been misread. And the larger studies and meta-analysis have largely found these benefits don't appear to be there. But as far as the allergy and...
What are you talking about? There's lots of benefits in raw milk. Anything natural, there's benefits. What are you talking about?
There was definitely a study done on children who had a diagnosed, not a suspected. Okay, that's the problem. People are like, well, I think I had a milk allergy. Was that diagnosed with an allergy test? Well, no. Okay, so you may not have had a milk allergy. Because when this only study was done on children who had a diagnosed milk allergy and they were compared with pasteurized milk.
Nobody is allergic to natural food as a carnivore. They're natural food. Nobody is allergic to that. If you're going to be allergic to something, it's going to be what? Seeds and all these other weird things. You're going to be allergic to those things, yes. But if you gain allergies, it's because you're eating a synthetic diet. Now, somebody's going to say, well, I'm allergic to eggs. You're allergic to eggs. What? That doesn't make any sense. What's making you allergic to eggs? Maybe because you keep eating a synthetic diet, which is fucking your DNA? I don't know. But I never heard of such a thing. In nature, these things, they don't exist. Here's the thing. These allergies and whatever, they don't exist in nature, bro. Get it? They only exist in this synthetic environment that Blaha lives in, lifting these man-made weights like a slave in this fucking garage and living in a garage, okay?
Versus raw milk, all of them had an allergic reaction. They all had
eating tofu all day, making these crazy videos.
a pretty significant, serious.
Have you seen his knees? Look at those legs. This body looks 85 years old with that pumpkin head.
Allergic reaction to the raw milk. Not some of them.
With the all-new
Allergic reaction to the raw milk. Not some of them.
This is Blaha wants to scare you from drinking raw milk. Get it? This is the scare. This is the attack. This is the tactic, so that you could be like him and deteriorate really fast like him by drinking pasteurized milk, eating cooked foods, plant foods, all these weird foods, nuts and seeds with cyanide and fucking arsenic in it, oxalates, you name it.
The whole test.
Oh, and become a lifting gym slave, 24 hours in the garage.
All of them had the allergic reaction. Why? Because they had a real milk allergy, an actual diagnosed one that was medically.
Why is he lifting this weight? For what purpose is he doing this? He keeps throwing this weight up in the air. Well, like, what's the purpose? So you can inflame your body, get inflammation, tire yourself out. Like, why are you doing this, Blaha?
Diagnosed with a test.
This is mental illness. This is a form of mental illness.
Okay, I've had allergy testing, by the way. I've been through the full panel a couple times as a kid. Like, I know where my allergies are because I've had an actual allergy panel, the whole thing, the old school test. So
you know what's funny? Right now, I'm going to a gym. It's part of the city. They created this new center. It's free. You could go there. It's all brand new in there, and it's free. You could just walk in and you work out. Nobody says nothing to you. Nobody cares. You could sit there as long as you want to work out. You don't have to pay. You don't have to do anything. And I went there a couple of times. I've been working out, and I observe the people that come to the gym. I mean, you're observing people all the time. You see people, they come into the gym. So all of a sudden, they look at me. This girl, I saw her the week before last, the last 2-3 weeks. I've been coming in there the last 4 weeks or so, right? I came in 4 sessions or 5 sessions now. And with each session, I keep getting better now all of a sudden. I got better because I'm moving for muscle damage. I'm moving to damage my muscles. I'm moving for an adaptation, okay? So, and I'm already a big person, so it's harder for me to get these adaptations. It's not like the first time. You get a massive adaptation. After that, you get adaptations, but you have to keep working at them to keep getting them to come on. Okay, so I remember sitting down. I was waiting. I was about to go in, and she was looking at the little TV there, looking at the news, and then she gave me a couple of looks over, like boom, 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 like, whoa, there's that guy again, like as if like, oh, he keeps coming in Monday and Tuesday. He doesn't come in the rest of the week. He just comes in Monday to do upper body and legs on Tuesday. And then I never see this guy the whole week. See what I mean? They're always there because they're working out every day. They think working out every day is going to get you a result. It's not going to get you anywhere. That's something you have to figure out. See what I mean? You're not going to get an adaptation coming into the gym often. So I come in once a week and she noticed I was changing. I know because she gave me these looks because I changed within 4 to 5 weeks. I already know by the fifth week, I'm going to change radically. I'm going to look different. I'm going to look much, and I do. I look much different already. And so she took like these looks, like she was like, what? And she was like looking and looking and staring at me and looking over at me. And she's like, how did this guy change so fast? He comes in, I only see him here once a week. I'm coming in every day. How come I'm not changing? You're not changing because you don't understand the fundamentals of what you're trying to accomplish, the goals here. You understand? You don't understand bodybuilding.
I know what all my allergies are. Okay? Unless you have had an actual test for it by your doctor.
This is endurance training. I fucking hate marathons, bro. I hate running marathons. This is a marathon, but bodybuilding is a sprint.
Which there's a procedure for this. You don't know that you have a milk allergy. And if we go off the data that we have, if you have a milk allergy, well, in the studies, there's a 100% chance you're going to have an allergic reaction. Now, there's another problem when someone says that. I guarantee you don't have a milk allergy or you wouldn't be drinking milk.
Is this his second set now? At least he's doing a second set here.
Because it's when you have food allergies, it's not an occasional, oh, I have a minor outbreak or some acne.
He's going to go over there and do another exercise. In an adaptation, if you're going to do these rows, right, you have to do 5 by 10. You have to finish the sets with the reps. You've got to complete 5 by 10. And then if you go down to the pull down bar, 5 by 10. And then behind the neck, 5 by 10. Close grip, 5 by 10. For all angles for the lats. So it's not enough here if you're doing one set and then going to do one set over there, going to do one set over there. That doesn't really cut it.
Or a minor autoimmune little minor thing every third time I eat it. No, if you actually really have the allergy, you're going to have a reaction every time you eat it. Which is why in the actual study done on these kids, all of the kids had a reaction. Every single one of them to the very first exposure to the raw milk. One exposure, bam, serious allergic reaction. Why?
Man, if you're fed from a child your natural diet, you're not going to get any of these problems. He's lying.
Because that's how food allergies work. They're not well, sometimes. No, you don't have a real allergy then. You might be allergic to some pollen and it just happened.
Actually, NCBI PubMed tells you that it prevents allergies. Raw milk prevents that. I don't know why he keeps making these videos again about raw milk, trying to convince you about allergies. It prevents it. Before in the last video, he said there's no studies on it. There's studies on it. What are you talking about?
Correlate that one time to when you drink milk or something else. You don't have an allergy to it. I'm sorry. Speaking as someone with a food allergy, and I'm not going to go into what it is, I have 100% emergency room rate every time I've consumed that food, including an accident.
He's had 100% emergency rooms, even drinking that kind of food, even by accident? What? He's making this shit up, man. He's such a pathological liar.
Okay? Not sometimes.
Look, Blaha is a pathological liar. You cannot believe anything he tells you. He's lying. He's never had raw milk in his entire unnatural life. His unnatural synthetic life. He's never eaten raw meat or had raw milk or raw fish or sushi or anything that's raw because he's an artificial slave, synthetic slave.
Every time I have eaten a tiny amount of that food, I'm talking an amount that will fit on your pinky finger, I had to have a tube stuck down my throat and be shot full of epinephrine. That's how food allergies work.
Yeah, because he ate plants and he was allergic to some of these nuts which had cyanide in them. So he went to the hospital, and he's not trying to convince you that it was because he ate natural food. It caused him an allergy. He was going to die from eating natural food. I had to go to the hospital because I'm such an unnatural human being. Yeah, okay, whatever. Oh, brother, this is really hilarious.
Every time, without fail.
All animals suffer in nature when they eat food they're not supposed to. That's where mad cow disease comes from, and dysbiosis of cows. When they eat food they're not supposed to, they eat grass. But if you feed them anything other than grass, then you're looking for trouble. Eventually, something is going to pop out. Not in every single cow. That's why not every single human is suffering in their own way, eating these unnatural diets. Get it? And so when these animals, they eat these unnatural foods like grains, which they're not supposed to be eating grains, they're supposed to be eating fucking grass, then guess what happens? They get sick. It may not happen to this cow, but it may happen to the next cow. And how he gets sick, who the fuck knows, bro? Get it? You'll find out.
So, you see where we're going with this? So,
No, I don't see where you're going with this. Where are you going with it?
based on the research we have, if you drank the raw milk and you didn't have an allergic reaction, you don't have a milk allergy. So this is nonsense.
So, because he ate, are you eating this raw milk by itself, or are you eating it with something and you got this reaction? See, I don't know what he's talking about, but whatever.
Guys, this is complete nonsense. All right? And if it was real, I would be like, hey, great. But it's risk with no reward. There's no reward to it. And it's ridiculous.
There's risk, guys. There's no reward to drinking raw milk. Not the fact that you may grow taller, you be lacking in nutrients in your diet, right? Let's say your diet is devoid of nutrients and you don't even eat raw meat or raw fish or anything raw, but at least you have access to raw milk. There is no deficiency in any nutrients in raw milk. It's just like drinking like drinking cow's blood, only you're drinking it in the form of milk. And so you are definitely going to develop pretty well by drinking raw milk, because a lot of people on YouTube who drank raw milk will swear by it. They got taller and their facial features are more developed. They look more attractive. Like that Looks Maxine guy. Yeah. They ate raw milk. They talk about it. See what I mean? If you want to get taller, not be if you're deficient in nutrients, then you're not going to develop. You're not going to get taller or develop better or whatever. You will develop better on raw milk if that's the only thing you have access to, because you're not eating anything else raw.
And your doctors and the health experts will tell you the same thing. All right?
But pasteurized milk is synthetic milk. That's crap.
And people don't want to hear that because they buy into their ideas. And like I said, this is one of those that I wish I could get behind it. Guys, I mean, I would love to be able to support, oh yeah, let's eat some less processed foods. But with things like dairy actually, a lot of dairies do really well with certain processing. I mean, think about the fact that cheese and yogurt have great health benefits. Those are processed. That's a process.
Why? Because they're made from animal products. That's why they have health benefits. But you've destroyed a good amount of the nutrients and you've added these synthetic vitamins, bro. It's shit.
And in that case, it has very clear benefits. Turning milk into Greek yogurt has health benefits. Cooking broccoli has health benefits. Right?
Cooking broccoli has health benefits? What's the health benefits of cooking broccoli? You've reduced the toxins? Like, what are you talking about?
So we need to have a little bit more nuance instead of just all processing bad, or, and so on.
Look, processing natural food is bad, okay? It's really simple. It's bad. It's bad. That's it.
We're really looking at a lot of these ultra-processed foods that we need to be concerned about, right? Excessively processed, high temperature, chemically treated vegetable oils, or table sugar, refined sugars, like this stuff, guys. This ultra processed garbage. That's what we're concerned with. But we don't need to go.
Yeah, man. These synthetic fruits and vegetables and ultra processed and processed foods, they're all garbage, Blaha. What are you talking about? You unnatural slave, you.
So far to the other extreme that, oh, we're only going to eat stuff as we can find it in nature untouched.
Yeah, you should.
No, that's not necessarily true. You got to have a little common sense with it, guys. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say.
You have to have some common sense. Oh, I know, because you're a slave in this synthetic environment, so you need to eat the synthetic food to match the synthetic environment. Of course, yes, of course. Okay.
On that today, I hope it's been informative.
Yes, it was informative to the point where he wants to scare you from eating natural food, so you could be completely unnatural. Yeah. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends. Yeah. I guess sick is in.